Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. I am so excited to be bringing this one to you guys today because today we're celebrating the 2-year anniversary of bringing Blackwood Holistic online. And I thought the first 5 of the last 7 years, when they happened, were quite the ride when it came to building my private practice. But the last 2, trying for even those with the best sense of humor. Let's just put it that way. And truly, I have loved every minute of it nonetheless. So I am excited to, at the end of this video, be bringing you guys some special announcements and promotions even when it comes to celebrating this 2-year anniversary. But first of all, I want to get into the subject for this video. I was watching over some of my original videos because of this 2-year anniversary, and thought it would be fun to revisit one of the first videos I ever did because cringe. I'm telling you guys, it is never too late to start, and if you don't start, you won't get practice, and if you don't get practice, you won't get better. I did, you can too. It's been hard to watch some of those old videos, so much so that I've decided I'm just gonna unlist them and redo them because I can bring this information to you guys so much better now than I did then. So today we're gonna go into the concept of energy. And as I said in a couple of videos ago, there is no such thing as like a basic spiritual teaching because all spiritual teachings are basic. Spiritual teachings are gonna be simple to understand, simple to put into practice, or hard to understand, or hard to put into practice, or any combination of those 4. But there is no such thing as a basic teaching because every teaching has something to teach you at any time it comes into your life. So that was part of why I wanted to do this video on energy, but I also wanted to do this video on energy because it just has so much to do with one of my most recent teachings that I share the most, which is that the only meaning that anything has is the meaning you give it. And so I found it very interesting that this has all sort of come full circle, and I'm about to share with you exactly why. So, when it comes to energy, people think about energy as good and bad. You think about, people saying positive and negative, and you think good or bad. You think people as high and low vibration, and you think of good or bad. But energy is not good or bad. Energy can be high or low frequency. Energy can be positive and negative in the sense that it can be added or subtracted. Energy can be, as we say in the Karo tradition, Sami or Hucha, which means free-flowing or dense. But energy cannot be good or bad because the only meaning that anything has is the meaning you give it. Energy doesn't have emotion. It doesn't have intention. So when we think of energy exchange, one of the first things you have to eliminate from your mental vocabulary is the idea of energy being good or bad. So the example that I gave in this original video was that of interacting with a bully. And I don't even really like that example anymore because it doesn't have to be an energy exchange at all. You don't have to take on energy from anyone, and you're certainly not taking on emotions from anyone. So let's say someone intends to cause you emotional distress. You could not let it affect you at all. You could decide to have it affect you in a good way. You could have it affect you in a bad way. Either way, that may or may not be an energy exchange. It might be an emotional exchange, but it might not even be an energy exchange. That person might not be giving or subtracting or doing any sort of energy exchange at all with you. And an emotional exchange is not an energy exchange. When it comes to energy, there is no such thing as good or bad. There's not even such thing as right and wrong. There might be what we want or what we don't want. It might be added or subtracted. It might be free-flowing or it might be dense. But when it comes to energy, you have to start letting go of this idea that it's good or bad. and the idea that emotional exchanges have to be energy exchanges. Because that's not how energy works. And the more we can start thinking about energy physically rather than emotionally and separate the two, the sooner you'll be able to start understanding things like the only meaning anything has is the meaning you give it on a really deep level, the more easy it'll be to start understanding even the more complicated to understand spiritual teachings. So the next time you find yourself hearing someone talk about positive and negative energy, you might have to ask them what they mean. But if they mean good or bad, then they're not really talking about energy, because energy isn't good or bad. It's a physical thing. And the only meaning anything has is the meaning we give it. That's an internal mind thing we do. It's not a physical thing that happens. So stop yourself the next time you're, at the very least, tempted to think of energy as good or bad, because it can only be added or subtracted. It can only be free-flowing or dense. It can be high in frequency and low in frequency, but that doesn't mean good or bad. Because the only meaning anything has is the meaning we give it. Thank you guys for joining me for another video. So let's get to this announcement. So for my 2-year anniversary celebration, I'm doing some special discounts when it comes to my one-on-one sessions. Because out of the whole 7 years that I've been doing this, it's only been the last 2 that I've been trying anything other than one-on-one sessions. And to be honest, they're still the most potent, powerful offering I have come to find, not just from myself, but from anyone. And that's part of why, over my experimenting in the last 2 years online, I have stuck with having one-on-one sessions be my number one offering. So for the FreeFlow and the Awakening session packages that I have, I'm giving $111 off the total price. For my Ascending payment plan package, you get $111 off per payment, which gives you a total of $222 off the total price. And then for the Ascending Pay in Full package, I'm doing $232 off the full price. You can find all the details on my website, which I am so excited to have updated because I code that thing myself. I am not getting on any cut and paste website maker of any kind, you guys. I am getting into my computer, opening up TextMate, and coding that thing myself. So that's why it takes me a while to get to updating my website sometimes. So I'm excited to have my website updated after a year of not really using it. So head down to the description of this video, check out all the links. All the information will be there and on my website. And as always, may the energies you serve you well. And let's keep making our way through.